Yo, yo, yo.
I'm pissed off again.
What's happening, people? What's happening, people? Like,
Listen, let's get through the intro, then we get into this.
oh, man. Welcome to the Straightuprdpodcast. I am your host, Rich.
I'm D.
And this is episode number 31. As you know, the slingo, we're going to give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up opinions based on motherfucking. I'm going to give you another third motherfucking facts, all right? And the number one rule on this podcast, as you know, 31 episodes in, is we don't give a fuck about your feelings.
At all. Especially the way I'm feeling.
But we appreciate the support. Know what I'm saying? So, shit. Without further ado, let's get this shit on the road right now.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this last presidential debate between Kamala Harris, the sitting acting vice president of the United States of America, and the former president Donald J. Trump.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining. I'm telling you, I enjoyed every minute of it. I was laughing. I had my popcorn. I was drinking a beer. I was like having a good time. I was at a bar. I went to a bar. I was having a good time.
Fucking watch party.
It was just like so funny. Like it was like a live stand-up comedy show that you had. It was like a free pay-per-view.
Yeah, for real.
Like, this was more entertaining than the Canelo fight. Like, I gotta be honest. Like, it was that damn entertaining.
Yeah, I saw videos of like colleges hosting watch parties and it's packed to the brim. Like, we have never been in a time where everybody has been interested in politics.
No.
Yeah, you have to thank Donald J. Trump for that. I'm just saying he's the reason why people are tuning in.
He really is the focal point of why people are tuning in. Because, like, for granted, like, when the VP debates started, nobody really watched that. Nobody.
Yeah, the VP debates.
Nobody hear about that.
I mean, we'll check it out.
You know, we'll check it out. But like most people, they don't even. Oh, they had that.
VPs.
Like, but when Trump and whoever Biden or Harris is going at it, everybody tunes in. Everybody watches. And it always goes viral. There's always something that happens. Like, they're eating the dogs, the cats. God. You know what I mean? Like, it's always something. It's
always something, yo.
The first one with Biden was the black jobs. Mm-hmm. This one now was the cats and the dogs. Like, you can't make this up.
This man just guaranteed to go viral every time he's behind the mic.
Like, this guy has no damn filter. He just talks. But we just want to go, talk about this debate and down to the first question.
Yeah, you see, before we even get to that, the media does a horrible job of holding Kamala Harris accountable. And I don't give a damn what y'all say. Attack a comment saying that, I'm just supporting Trump and not, and not like supporting Kamala or, I'm not criticizing Trump. I am trying. I'm trying not to criticize Kamala Harris all the time. The debate was a perfect time to let me know your policies, how you plan to implement these policies, what you plan to do, and especially be accountable and say, listen, we fucked up the border and this is what we're going to do. She did none of that. So like Rich was saying, from the first question, it was about the economy.
Yes.
What was the question again? Like,
was the economy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Under Trump administration, was the economy better under Trump or under the new Biden Harris?
It's a simple question.
She couldn't answer the damn question.
She started saying how she grew up working with Big Auntie and a small. I'm like, what the hell does that
have to do with anything? Who cares about that?
So me Me seeing that answer by you not answering the question, you know it was better under Trump because you don't want to say it was better under Trump. You know. Mm-hmm. And then the moderators didn't even go up to him like, Vice President Kamala, please answer the question. Thank you for your little speech on how you grew up and blah, blah, blah. They should have said, okay, answer the question, please. Because with Trump, when they feel like he didn't answer the question, President Trump, can you please answer the question? It's a yes or no.
Yes or no question, yeah.
And they will fact check him. So from the first question, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's 3v1 tonight. I knew that from the first question because I was like, she's not answering.
Nope.
So then, you get on later in the debate. You can see it started off fine. Trump started off okay. You can see Kamala was nervous. But my review of the whole debate, the initial reaction for me, I was like, okay, Kamala won that debate just because, one, I don't think it was fixed for Donald Trump to win anyway. Because, look, 3v1. He's had to hold Kamala accountable for what she did. Bro, how do you not bring up the assassination attempt on Donald Trump as a question?
That is true.
You asked Donald
That was a
Trump,
really big thing.
You asked Donald Trump about his comment about her not being black. Oof. How do you not at least ask Kamala Harris about some of the things she said about Donald Trump or be like, hey, do you think some of your hateful rhetoric or the things you were saying at the DNC with everybody dissing Trump has something to do with his assassination? That's a legit question. I couldn't believe they didn't ask that question. He had to bring it up himself that, because of the things they say about me is why he almost got shot in the head. And then look, everybody was saying Donald Trump lied on 3 issues. Kamala lied the whole goddamn night.
I was just very shocked that nobody fact-checked her.
At all.
On that stage. I'm like, you telling me she was there just speaking facts the entire time? Like, there were so many ways that the moderator could have said, well, that's not true under your administration, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. But he didn't. They just let it roll.
They just let it roll.
And I felt like that wasn't fair. Like, look, say what you want about Trump. If you want to highlight your candidate to win, you know what I mean? Like, be fair on both sides and let the people decide who won. Don't make it an unfair advantage on one other person, because that just shows you how much better the person you're teaming up against is.
Exactly.
I think that's what made them really lose the debate. And I felt like if Kamala really wanted to show herself and they were being fair, there would have been a second debate.
There would have been a second debate. And then, look, what was I about to say? So, look, if you wanted to have a fair debate, you need to go at Kamala just the way you was going at Donald Trump also, right? So these are the things I kind of want to share. They were saying Kamala wasn't lying all night. Based on the moderators not fact-checking her, they were basically telling you all she wasn't lying. This is why it's important to be an informed voter, because as I was watching this live, I'm with my family. I'm like, she's lying right there. She's lying right here. One of the first things, she said she never supported defunding the police. Go back to clips in 2020 in Minnesota. She said we need to defund the police. She said, oh, Tim Walz and I are gun owners. We're not taking anybody guns away. Go back to the clips and you're going to see her
you'll see that
advocating for assault weapons ban. Another thing she said, Trump said that, and this was a big one, at least for me. Well, no, not at least for me. But Trump said she wants to do transgender surgery on illegal migrants that are locked up in federal prison. She said that's not true. Now, the next day, CNN and Fox News released articles said, no, this is actually true. Mm-hmm. Time magazine released an article basically cursing out Trump, saying Trump is a liar. Trump did an awful job in the debate, right? Then they released a correction on that same article and said, you know what? No, this is actually true. She actually did fill out a questionnaire supporting transgender surgery for illegal migrants that are locked up in federal prison. So I'm saying like all of these lies come out and the truth comes out the next day. It's not even the next day. For people who are like just tuning in, that's not going to do the research or haven't done the research, that debate swayed them.
Right.
It swayed them. But if you actually follow this stuff, you would know like she was a bold-faced lie. She was a bold-faced lie. So a lot of the things they were saying Trump was wrong on or he lied about, like even the abortion issue or how you can't have late-term abortions. It turns out that was true.
It turns out
that was true.
He said it turns out.
And I'm like,
but there was no fact checking. There was no fact. And the guy actually said, "Oh no, you can't. There is no state that can do that." And this, when there is,
there were women calling into Planned Parenthoods saying they were 34 weeks pregnant, and they were like, "You can still get an abortion." It's like, come on, all the lines Kamala said, you don't fact check her, but you're quit to fight and debate Trump. And I think that's what knocked him off his game because he started off fine, ignoring Kamala, not even looking at Kamala and answering the questions. But he did get rattled because once he saw he was going against three people, he started to try to hold a Kamala accountable while trying to answer the questions and bring up stuff they're not asking. It was painful to watch if you know the true facts of stuff.
Yeah. Because you're like, dang, like they're really throwing lies around and she's getting away with it. You know, and I'm not gonna sit here and say Trump was saying all the truth too. He was some stuff he was saying was wrong about
answer some questions
about the people eating the cats and the dogs. Like, you know, that wasn't true. It was a African American woman. Unfortunately, I don't even like the fact that somebody was doing that. Yeah, my allergies are acting up a little bit, but anyway, like the fact that somebody was found eating a cat or seen eating a cat, like that was true, but the message that he glamorized that too much to make it seem like the Haitian migrants are the ones that's doing it.
But I would say this about that. That morning, I saw it was reported that people went down to their local officials complaining about the migrants of what's going on. People probably know the video I'm talking about that circulated. Yeah. They're like, yo, they're going to the parks, killing the ducks, and, you know, basically doing it in front of children. And then there's video out there of people complaining about their missing cats. Now, do I think Trump should have said it? No. But my thing is, if the residents of Springfield were complaining about it, and JD and Trump, all they did was just bring awareness of like what's going on, was that truly a racist comment? Now, I don't think he should have said it because the facts came out later. It was an American woman.
Yes. So the thing is, he prematurely said something that he didn't even have all the information on.
He didn't have all the information on. And then even if the residents are saying it, there's really nothing factual to bring it up. It's anecdotal at that point. Mm-hmm. But again, that's what they're complaining about. That's what they're saying is happening in their hometown where they're growing up at. So to put that on Trump and say like, oh, he's racist. Oh, he's dividing a country. I'm like, well, why don't you put the blame on Kamala for allowing that to happen in Springfield, Ohio? Right. They're the ones that's invading their space. And look, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be there because we know what happened in Haiti. Mm-hmm. But take some accountability. So like, are the residents racist for complaining what's happening in their home?
In their own town. Yeah.
So should Trump and JD Vance have not said anything? And then they won't be racist? So and then who will really be getting hurt? Who's really at harm? That's just my thing. It's just like the second, and he didn't even say Haitians on the stage. The second that that Trump brought attention to Springfield, Ohio, the Dems like, oh, he's racist. He's racist. He wanna the bomb threat is all on Trump and JD Vance. But I'm just thinking like, yo, what if I went to my local officials, or I went to the president about problems that's happening in NYC, and they voice their opinion. Is that racist about a certain group of people?
That's doing something, yeah.
So, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Like, he shouldn't have said the things about the cats and dogs. I remember when he said that, I was like, no, Trump, you can't say that.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
You can't say it, but that's just him.
You know, and that's the thing. You can't be mad at it because he's gonna talk his mind. And that gives you the clear contrast between Kamala Harris and Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump's gonna say what is on his mind. He didn't even have all the facts and he still said it. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like, this man, if he hears something, he's saying it. But Kamala and them is like, everything, at this whole debate with her, I'm looking through the transcript of what's being said from the debate. Every time she has to talk, my opponent, Donald Trump. It's like, stop talking about the man and talk about your own policies. Talk about what you're going to do.
Her campaign is based off of Trump hate. And that's what pisses me off. Like, Kamala, tell me why I should vote for you. Give me your policies. Tell me how you plan to implement these policies.
Here's the perfect example. So this is exactly what the David Murr, the moderator from the debate, he was like, Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here on tonight often asks his supporters, "Are you better off? Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?" When it comes to the economy, here's the real question: do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago? I'm going to repeat the question again. Do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago? Boom. The very first thing she says. So I was raised in a middle class kid, and I'm actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people, and that's why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of... I'm not even going to continue going. Answer the question. Exactly. Answer the question. I'm going to skip all of that. I love our small business. My plan is to give $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing that they're the part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide tax cuts for billionaires and big corporations. I'm like, listen, talk about your plan. Was the economy better 4 years ago under your opponent, or is it better under your administration? Yes or no? Is it or is it not? Exactly. Tell me what has your administration done for the economy to help them now? Don't tell me about small businesses and you're going to give tax deductions to small. That's in the future. That's what you think you're going to do. Talk about, is it better or not? She could have just came clean and said, no, it's not.
Exactly.
It's not. And here's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Like, say, our administration, we got the economy, quote unquote, bad from Trump, right? Here's what we're going to, it wasn't good. We had a lot of problems. So yes, it was better under there, but moving forward, we're going to do this. And under my administration, we're going to do this. But it's like, she's like talking about her background when she grew up and all that other stuff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your background. Has nothing to do with my wallet. It has nothing to do with my wallet. I really don't care. Like, I don't care.
Americans don't
Tell me how I'm going to keep the money I have and make more. That's all I care about. To be honest, that's all everybody care about. At the end of the day, we get up and go to work because we want to get paid. We want to get paid. Mm-hmm. We want to know which presidential candidate is going to help us get more money. Everything is money. We live in America. This is a capitalist country. Yep. For all you people talk about, money is not everything. Money is everything in this country.
It's fucking
Nothing is free. Not a damn thing in this world is free except air. And even then, when you want to put air in your tires, you still got to pay $2-3. So nothing is damn free. All right? That's just the fucking facts. All right? So we got to look. Screw all the other shit about this, that, migrants, this, that. Yes, that affects us. But at the end of the day, we need more money. And we need to fix this inflation. And Kamala Harris is not doing it.
And then the lack of accountability, I think that really what pisses me off. And during the debate, Trump was hitting hard on, immigration, illegal aliens, and how her and Biden let them get into the country by record-setting numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't the moderators hold her accountable about that and ask, you are the border czar. Can you tell us what the hell happened at the border?
I never even knew there was a real border czar. I didn't know that was a role. That was a position to hold.
Bro,
I thought that was
had it. And
I thought he was clowning her when he first said that.
Bro,
but it's true.
It. Or at least just ask her, what happened to the border under this administration? Nobody held her accountable and allowed her to just ski away. And it got the uninformed voters forgetting about what's actually going on in the country.
Yeah.
And then what pisses me off even more, whenever Trump talks about illegal immigration, he's racist. Obama has strict borders. Bill Clinton.
I think Obama had the strictest borders.
Yeah, strict borders. Bill Clinton made a speech saying that this is a country of law and order. While we do welcome immigrants, we want them to come through the legal way. Mm. It wasn't racist then, but Trump say it in his racist. He might say it in a harsh ass way, but it's how is this is supposed to be bipartisan? How do we get into a country or get into a state where it's just everybody should come through. No, people should come through legally. I just don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Listen. We know this country is literally a melting pot. You just look at New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Florida. We have immigrants all over the place. Mm-hmm. New Mexico. This country, Native Americans. We are all mixed as a country, and there's black people. There's no issue with having immigrants in the country. This is what makes this country for what it is today, right? But we can't just have people just run up in here all willy-nilly. And I know the focus is mainly on the Haitians and the Venezuelans, the Mexicans, and those people. I understand because they're the ones that's the closest to the border. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. But you also got to open your mind and say, listen, it's not just them. There's people all over the world. You got people flying from China, flying from Europe, flying from the UK, Germany, everywhere just to pull up and pay their way to get through, get to the border and cross over. But we're not hearing that. You see what I'm saying? We don't know how much other criminals, terrorists, big people plotting against. Look, Trump had 2 assassinations on his life. Imagine if it was an immigrant that came and did that.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
What would have happened if that was the case? You can't put it past him. He's trying to close the border. They trying to come in. Yeah. This is literally an invasion. If you think about it, it's literally an invasion.
And then we, the people, are suffering. Look at Chicago. I beg anybody to look at Chicago. They're over $1 billion in debt. They're going through a huge deficit. Brandon Johnson, the mayor, who's a clown, spent over $600 million on the migrants, right? And now they're in a big hole. You know what they said one of the things they want to do to get them out that hole? Raise property taxes. So now the residents of Chicago have to suffer because you got the mayor that mishandled the budget. mishandling the budget. Now the citizens have to suffer.
Now it's got to come out of their pockets directly to pay for the mistakes. And you know it's only going to get higher. It's only going to get higher. Because look, I'm all for immigration, but you got to have some sort of vetting process, some sort of requirement, some sort of something.
You
like,
got to have a plan.
Like I was saying, I understand if a country is going like they're under war, like, you know, no different than what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in Israel or Palestine. Like I get that.
Of course.
I get that. Sure. Come in, show your papers that you're from that country you're coming from. You know what I mean? Like some sort of organization on how, you know, to keep track of these people when they come in, rather than just come in and just do whatever the hell you want to do. Like that, I just don't agree with. And that to me is scary because imagine living in those states like Texas, Arizona, you know, Nevada, and you have all these people running around all willy-nilly, stealing cars, doing stuff. And then like, what if you get caught by one of these people? What if they stick you up to rob you? What if you pumping gas and somebody come up to you with a knife? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And they're not afraid to kill you because they're undocumented. They can't be traced. The only time they can be traced is if, they call the police and they try to track you down. But there's not like, let's track his bank cards or, you know, he lives here or he lives there. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. And it's like, to me, that to me is unfair to the citizens that live in this country. But when you have someone who's running as a vice president, who is a vice president, running for election, and then the moderators don't press her on those type of things. It's like, give the cases of the migrants that's coming in and creating the crimes.
There were women.
That's supposed to be directed to her.
There were women who came out saying they were robbed. I don't know if I could say the R word. I don't know, because YouTube might flag it. But you know what I'm talking about. And said they were, you know, it was because of the illegal immigrants. And to me, that falls on Kamala Harris, and I'm surprised nobody's holding her accountable about that. And what happened in upstate New York? An illegal alien came in and wiped out a family of 4, one being a child. There has to be a vetting process of like who's coming in. Because now they're saying that man is wanted for murder in DR. How are you wanted for murder in DR, but able to cross the border into the U.S.? There has to be law and order. So what I really wanted to say was, the governor of Ohio, he's fine with the Haitians coming in. He said, listen, I welcome them. I'm fine with the temporary visa. But he said, there's no plan. He's like, they have no resources. They need help. He said he's been in contact with the White House. He didn't get no help yet. They need translating machines because they don't talk English. He's like, they need help. So he said he blames the Biden administration, even though he's fine with helping them. But you can't just dump them there and say like, yo, figure it out. Yeah,
it's on you now. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. And then, again, the citizens of that state are the ones that suffer. The citizens that's in that county are the ones that suffer the most. Because, look, we can say it on a state level. Look at New York City. Look at New York State, right? The people that live in New York City are the ones that suffering, because you got to remember there's New York City tax and then there's New York State tax.
Yeah.
People who live in New York State, upstate New York, they don't pay New York City tax. So the people who live in the city is the ones that's getting hurt. Mm-hmm. The people who live in the city that's having these people in their communities is getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people upstate, they're not feeling nothing. They chilling. So even in Ohio, like, obviously I'm sure Cleveland and those places probably have a lot of more of the migrants. It's more densely populated. But you got to understand, those people are the ones, the citizens that live there are the ones that's, their property values probably going down. Their taxes is going up. All these issues that they're having, they don't feel safe. Crime is going up in their neighborhood. It's like they're the ones that's really feeling the brunt of that. And I don't think that's fair, because it doesn't give, like, you talk about people who live upstate New York, you can't, and they're Democrats, or this person upstate New York may be a Democrat or whatever. And it's like, they don't really understand the nature of what some of us is actually having to go through. because they just hop in their car and they drive to Walmart. They're fine. We gotta walk outside. We gotta get on the bus. We gotta take the train. We gotta walk down the block. We have to be close and interact with people.
Yeah.
You know. And I know Long Island, not even Staten Island. They don't even play. That whole borough is just Republican.
Staten Island is. People forget that even part of New York City.
They even exist. Like
they just to the side, yo.
But it goes to show they wasn't playing that. I remember when the migrant crisis first started, they weren't playing. Their councilwoman, I forget her name, but she needs to run for mayor. She was strong. Like, she was telling them, I don't want them here. I don't want them to be in our schools and taking over our parks because the kids need to play. You know what I mean? Like, it's summertime, where the kids are gonna go? Like, they gotta stay inside. Like, you know what I mean? She's like, that's not right. You can't just come and just dump them here and then expect everyone to be okay with it. People don't want to walk their dogs. People, you know what I mean? People are afraid. And I understand there might be some, racial stipulations or, racial profiling on it. I'm not saying all the migrants are bad, but it's like, for instance, females out there that's watching the show, if you're walking down the block at 11 p.m. and you see a group of guys on one side of the street and they're on the same side as you, are you going to walk through the crowd or are you going to cross the street? You're going to cross the street. Why? Because you don't feel safe. And if you don't feel safe in your own neighborhood when it was safe and out of nowhere it just flips and it's just like all this madness is going on. And then you hear reports of people getting stolen, loud music, all this stuff happening. It's like, you don't feel comfortable. I'm not saying, people should just get over it and blah, blah, blah. But nah, like, you wouldn't want people on your front lawn. You wouldn't want people in your hallway in your apartment building talking all types of hours of the night, making noise, running around. You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want to come out of your house and see people sleeping on the ground. You wouldn't want that. Nobody wants that. They didn't come up with a plan. Now they're scrambling, and now New Yorkers are paying even more. Now we have people running for president that's going to continue to BS. And I really don't understand how the economy is going to bounce back after this. If we have another 4 years of this stuff, we're done.
Finito. Listen, bro. I honestly 50-50 on who's going to win the president election. They try to take Trump out twice. And you would think, first of all, the media did a good job on letting people forget that he was assassinated the first time. Now, I called it. I was like, listen, it was a Sunday that we found out they tried to take him out again. I'm like, by Wednesday, Thursday, they're just going to stop reporting on it. Like, yeah, initially they're going to hey, Trump was, there was an assassination attempt on Trump's life. But you know how big this should be? First of all, when is the last time we see an assassination attempt on a president? Two within a month. Within a month. Was it the Butler, Pennsylvania was probably almost 2 months. It probably 2 months.
It was very quick.
2 months. Two and a half months. You know how big this should be? This is why I think the Republicans need to invest in their own media outlets, because it's painfully obvious the media is controlled by the left. They push out their own stories, push out their own agenda, and that's what's brainwashing people who are not willing to go do their own research. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I don't know why people don't just go and look up the truth for themselves. Because it's not that hard. Google is on your phone, your laptop. There's videos. That's why I love the social media age, because you can go see what was said a couple years ago. But they do such a great job at distracting people, bro. Mm-hmm. That's scary. It's scary. When we had a family dinner talking about Kamala and Trump, the stuff that people were saying to me, I'm like, that's not true. It's not true.
Like even with the cats and dogs situation, like after I seen the debate, I was like, let me look that up. Like I couldn't believe that. I was like, nah, there's no way people they're eating cats and dogs. Like, that's not true. And then I found out, it was a woman with a mental disorder who ended up killing a cat and started to eat it, and somebody saw her eat it. I'm like, yo, just Google it and look it up for yourself. It was on video. On video. Like, the police body cam was there, and he was asking, did she eat that cat? Yes. I'm like, just look it up. But some people, they take the sound bites and they just run with it. Or they take what somebody said and just run with it and think it's 100% fact because, they said that and it must be true. No, we're living in a time where you can't trust what nobody say.
You can't trust what nobody say.
Especially these two politicians that's on the stage. You can't trust them. And that's why you got to pick the nonsense out of what they're saying. Okay, what really matters to you? Does the economy matter to you? Does the border matter to you? Does inflation matter to you? Yes or no? Who do you think is going to do the best out of those? Screw all the other stuff, being Dem, Republican, this, that. Who's going to do a better job? Who sounds more convincing? Rather than, I felt like the whole Kamala speech or spiel at the DNC during the debate was just bashing Trump the entire time. Like 90% of what she was doing was bashing him. And it's like, enough with the bashing. Talk, we're not going back. We're not going this. Okay, talk about the future. Talk about the present. Talk about how you're going to control these wars. They said, 2 wars broke out under your administration. What's going to happen? Is it going to end? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to come up with these deals? How are you going to get the hostages back? There was none of that. And the moderators really flopped on that. They dropped the bag on that. And this is the second time the NBJ, National Black Journalists Association, they flopped on that because they were just trying to attack the guy from the moment the man sitting down in the chair. Then the CNN interviews that they did with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, they basically gave her multiple choice question answers like, is it this or say this, or you know what I mean? Like, kind of coaching her in what to say and how to respond. It's like, come on now.
How can you see that interview and say she's a presidential candidate?
Like, you can't even talk in public. You can't have a genuine conversation with anybody in public because you're a puppet.
She is, and that's my thing. She's literally just a puppet in a Democratic machine. There's nothing about her that, stands out. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're just following what they tell you.
And then your boss is out here wearing a Trump hat.
Wearing a Trump hat.
Biden is wearing a Trump hat. Like, that's the number one thing you don't do.
Did he want to come back and say it was a joke?
You don't joke like that. We know Biden can't even say a joke. He can't even remember a joke. He probably forgot he was the president when he put that hat on. He probably forgot. He didn't even know what the hat said. He just put it on. Like your public image means a lot, especially with 50 days left to election day.
Biden don't give a damn no more, and I don't care what anybody says. He's hurt that they will push them out. So he like, screw y'all. I'm putting on this hat. I hope he wins because y'all want to push me out like a dog. That's exactly what he's saying, bro. Y'all push me out. I'm wearing a Trump hat. Trump 2024.
I cannot believe this man wore a Trump hat. That's the last person I think would ever wear a Trump. I'm surprised he didn't throw it on the ground and step on it. I'm like, of all the things, he could have said, no, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to be politically correct and nice, just say no thank you. You go hold that. But to put the damn hat on, like, come on, bro.
It's like Kamala Harris is running for president. That's what you're going to do? Listen, I know he's salty about them pushing him out. So he's just like, screw everybody, man. And, I bet when he chose VP Harris, one where he chose Harris as his VP. He never thought in a million years he would get backstabbed like that. He said, I put you as VP, and this is what you do to me? This is what you do to me? Trump 2024, what the heck?
What the heck on? You gotta smile, man. Like, this man, yo. Look. I know we're bashing Harris, and we bash Trump a little bit, but
damn, bro, he ain't this bad.
He's not this bad, though. Like, but look. Here's what I could say I do like about Kamala. All right, I'll say things that I do like. She could talk. Okay. She's a female. She's Black Indian. Right? I'm being nice. All right, I'm being nice. She's a Black Indian Jamaican vice president. Okay, that was a word salad right there. All right, yeah. Y'all catch that? But look, that's good to see. It's good to see. All right, don't get me wrong. It's good to see. There's a lot of things in life that's good to see, right? But you gotta have things that really have purpose, that matters. Okay, she can talk. She seems like, she carries herself from the outside looking in, professional, right? She's very stern. She can be stern with certain things. I like that. But she's one of those people that has no plans, that has no backbone. It's just, this is the rule that was written on the paper. I'm going to follow that. This is the rule. Like, somebody has to tell her what to do, and she follows through with that thing.
She's an extreme Democrat.
So I think she's not really her own, like...
She's ran by the machine.
She's not run by her own thoughts. Let's say that. She doesn't run by her own thoughts or what she thinks herself in her own being. Oh, I think, or I want this to be... I want X, Y, and Z to be implemented because this is what I want to stand for, what I want to run for. No, what I think it is, somebody else says, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, enforce this, say that, and she can do that. We see how well she can rehearse at the debate. She's a good rehearser. If they say it just like this, she can say it. When she copied and pasted Biden's plan, they copied the same thing. It was the same thing. So it's like she's good at following directions in the sense of, okay, we want to get this, make sure the people can follow this and be with this. She can do that. But when it comes to like actual legit, like her own personal beliefs, she has none because she's just flowing with it. It's one of those people who just skate by and climb the ladder. Like they're no different. They don't want to deviate from the norm. They just want to stay in line. And that's the feeling that I have with her. And that's, it's good and bad, but not to be the president of the country.
Because it's just like everything that the Democrat side with, it's just like, all right, you're automatically going to do that. Like,
it's like she's defending something she doesn't even agree with. And you can't tell me she doesn't think the border is a problem.
You can't.
She knows it's a problem, but I feel like she's just like
nothing about it.
Oh, let me just avoid the question and talk about something else. You know the border is messed up. You know you messed up. And she purposely didn't do anything because I'm sure somebody told her, don't do anything about it.
On a debate, Trump was like, I invite you to go to the White House. Go to the border and shut it down. Do it today. She didn't even look him in the eyes.
I'm like, wait a second. So y'all not gonna, y'all moderators are not gonna say, Harris, are you gonna do that? Are you gonna, do you have the power? I mean, you are the borders are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those are things that they should have followed up and said and put her on the spot. But they didn't want her to make her look stupid because she wasn't trained for that response. She wasn't ready. She wasn't prepped for that response. So it's like, who are we dealing with? Because when she get in the office, she ain't talking to nobody.
And you know what's even crazy? Before she was picked, as a presidential candidate. There was a survey, and everybody voted her as the worst VP in history. People hated her.
I don't understand how they like her now. I just don't get it.
Now they love her. That y'all just got in line. Like, hey, the party said this is who's going to be running for president. Show her support. And that was that. And like, and then she also did an interview with local ABC network up in Philly. And it was the same shit she was saying at the debate.
Copy and paste.
And I'm like, man, this is not, y'all can't, this is not what y'all want. Y'all know deep inside this is not what y'all want. And I don't know, man.
Look, I just find it funny, like, how you can say she was voted as the worst VP, but end up a presidential nominee. Like, I don't understand. I really don't get it. And I don't understand how anyone from the Biden administration could even be in that position. Usually when the president is done bad, they get their little one term, and then nobody from their cabinet, their vice president, like, none of them get picked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of them get picked. But all of a sudden, even though we went through the inflation, the migrant crisis, the 2 wars that sparked up, all this craziness, the pipeline getting shut down. And that's another thing. When they shut down the pipelines from Russia, the oil, all that gas, like, all that stuff affected us. Energy prices skyrocketed.
Yes.
Skyrocketed. And I'm like, how can you want someone from that administration that obviously screwed up a lot of stuff for us? So she shouldn't even be not even to say qualified, but not even a thought to be on the ballot.
I think this is a great example of why you always need primaries. You always need primaries. You can't have her represent, for the Democratic Party. And then you got this clown Tim Walz. Like, man, I can't even get into him right now. But as of right now, I saw a few clips of Kamala Harris NABJ interview. Because she's doing her own one. Whole different tone.
Oh, she's speaking like she from the South or what?
No, I mean, like, they give her.
Because she be code switching a lot.
which is offensive too.
It is.
They giving her, they're not as,
or they didn't
angry.
They didn't jump off. Oh, whoa, you're late. And and this, like, nah, they were calm. They're giggling, kiki, ka. You know what I mean? With her, man. Look. We have Biden that came out on stage and said, "Black jobs." Where's the outrage?
This is why I
Where's the outrage? And I told you before in the last 2 episodes, I was like, look, it's more than likely he was talking and he misspoke. It was fucked up for him to say it, but he misspoke. He shouldn't have said. That's on him. I blame him for that.
Mm-hmm.
This last debate, he said it correctly. He said black Americans and Hispanic jobs. That's what he said.
Right. And then Biden come around.
Then Biden after the damn debate, he goes out. I like this. He goes out and says black jobs.
And they all like, woo!
And then they turn the camera and everybody's cheering. And I'm like, yo, what, he just gets a pass? So now all of a sudden it's not offensive anymore? Because Biden said it's not offensive anymore? Like, to me, that's clear, blatant, one-sided type of, like, deal that we're dealing with. Like, it shows that most of these black people have no backbone. How you gonna tell me one guy can say he's a racist, then the next guy can say it and it's a joke?
Woo! I'm like, man,
and under the same context that we understand that he misspoke. I'm not saying he deliberately said it. I know he misspoke. I know Biden misspoke.
We covered it. We literally come on the last podcast. Oh no, not the last episode.
The one before it. But what I'm saying is, I understand that Biden misspoke as well. I see that, but I'm not gonna run out and just say, "Oh, he's racist," and this. Understand the damn context.
My problem with our community, we use this racist label way too much, way too fast, and then when something's actually racist, we don't get the attention that it needs. It's like, my goodness, man. Everything is racist. Which is it's just so stupid and bothers me. And listen, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I kind of want to get into when they used the Central Park 5. When she talked about that at the DNC and also at the debate. So now, if anybody, for all you who remember, I was, kind of too young. Oh yeah, I wasn't even around when it happened. Mm-hmm. But the Central Park 5 were 5 boys who were charged with a crime for, I can't say the R word, doing that to a woman and like beating her up in Central Park. They were coerced by police saying I'm guilty, and the DA at the time, who was a Democrat, said that they were guilty. So they spent all this time in jail for a crime they never committed. But Trump at the time put out a full-page ad calling for the death penalty for them. Now at the DNC and at the debate, Kamala Harris put all the blame on Donald Trump. I'm like, how is it Trump's fault and then you want to call him a racist for saying, for putting out a full-page ad when at the time, everybody thought they were guilty because they said that they did it on live TV. Nobody knew at that moment that the police were telling to say I'm guilty. Mm. So if you heard that and everybody thought you were guilty, how can you put the blame on Trump for he putting a full-page ad to give them the death penalty? What the real meaning of that case was systemic racism against black people. Mm-hmm. How when a crime is committed and you're black, at the time that you're automatically guilty. There were bigger problems and things to solve than just Donald Trump full-page ad. Mm-hmm. And then when that movie came out, I forgot what it's called. It was a movie that came out explaining everything. The DA was still saying them people were guilty. Kamala Harris made people forget about all of that. When I was talking to somebody, they were like, it was Trump's fault why they got locked up. And I'm like, do you even know the details of the case and what really happened? Trump didn't lock him up. So I was like, how dare Kamala Harris make black people forget the real issues that they were dealing with at the time and still dealing with today and want to put the whole blame on Trump? I was disgusted. Mm-hmm. I was so disgusted. I don't know, man. I don't know
what I'm looking up right now. Like, I want to know who was the attorney general during that time.
Yeah, I don't know who was attorney general.
Like, where's the outrage to that person?
You see how many people you should be getting mad at? You see, but she put the whole blame on Trump. Like, come on, and people eat this shit up. I couldn't believe I was arguing with somebody who said it was Trump's fault. I'm like, you don't even know what happened.
Oh my God.
And they yelling and screaming at me at my face. This is the shit that the media and Kamala Harris is pushing. Making people forget what really happened. I said it before. This party is the master of distraction. They're doing an incredible job distracting people from the truth.
Yuck. I'm trying to find it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm sure I can, but oh man. And it's like everybody seemed to have amnesia during these times. It's like We just saw this man get shot at twice.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And I understand, I'm not for anyone dying over a presidential election. Like, this is United States. This is not no third world country where, people running around assassinating political heads just to, you know what I mean? Like that's some crazy, you know what I mean? Mafia type, cartel type
Bro,
joint.
that's some
like
movie shit.
that's just stuff you see on movies in IMAX theaters. You see what I'm saying? But like when they're running around talking about threat to democracy, they don't think that those words also, incite people to go and do violent crimes against the president. Like, I don't see anyone trying to run around and do harmful things to other political candidates that's not Trump, which I don't encourage and wouldn't want. I want a fair election. I want people to, go out, vote, do what they gotta do. And that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're gonna throw the mudslinging and name calling and all of that. I get it. But like to take it to that level, it's like that's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? To be honest, it's really making the Secret Service look bad in the end.
Yeah.
Because now you're the way you're making it look to not only domestic issues but foreign issues is, what if our presidents go to another country?
Yeah.
Are they saying it's that easy for someone to get close to him like that?
And they're saying that, a presidential candidate or former president doesn't get the same amount of protection as the sitting president. But I'm just like, if somebody attempted to take away his life once, why wouldn't you up the security on him? You know what I mean? Sending a few more men to just like, all right, somebody try to take him out. Let's try to protect him a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then I heard somebody from the Secret Service was like, this is why they don't like to go to golf courses because it's not as secure. I'm like, man, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. No. That don't make sense.
You got celebrities out here shutting down a whole restaurant just to eat a burger. Like, you can't tell me this is the former president or any president. You can't shut down the entire golf course, tape it off, get some men, spread around, make a perimeter on the place. You tell me you can't do that?
Bro.
And the man is actually running.
So I want to see
I
now.
don't get it.
I want to see now.
That sounds fishy to me, but
it sounds fishy. I'm like, we'll see what happens now if they, up the security on.
But then look, I did also think this. Okay, I'm like, what if Trump staged that for himself?
It didn't work.
What if he staged that for himself to say, okay, let's try to stage this situation, to regain my popularity, or to really sway voters to vote for me because they're trying to take me out.
When his first assassination attempt, it felt like Trump won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It felt like, oh man, Trump won the election.
Like everybody came out. Like people were literally on social media saying, "Yeah, I'm voting for this guy. I'm doing this. I'm doing like." Yeah, like they were literally going for
the
it.
pictures, the T-shirts, all of that. Everybody was just like.
And the picture that came out with the fist in the air and the fight stuff. Like I felt like there was no doubt he was gonna win after that.
The media made you forget it.
And then like the whole Kamala Harris joy situation, everybody was happy to see her. That's dying down. And I felt like after the debate, give it a week. It was like a week. The debate was last week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that was
right.
That was very fast. So I was thinking, I was like, could he just be repeating it? Because when the first assassination attempt happened, was it him going against Biden? Like right after that debate, the attempt happened, or was that before his debate with Biden?
I think it was after.
I'm trying to think. Let me see, because we had the ear patch thingy on.
It was after, because when he was at the RNC, I think he still had the ear patch on. No, maybe it was before.
I think.
Maybe it was before. No, yeah, I don't know now. I want to say before he dropped out.
Yeah, we gotta figure out when was the first one. What was the guy's name that did it?
I can't remember. It was a kid. It was some kid.
Let me see.
They killed him on site. Secret Service killed him on site.
All right, I'll put it in Butts. Okay, so that happened. Let's see some articles. July 14th. Yes, it was in July. It was in July. I was out the country.
Okay.
So that had to be the first.
I remember when I told you, yeah.
Yeah, that had to be the first week of July or second or over the weekend, almost close to the weekend. So that was July. When was the first debate with Biden? Let's Google that. Trump Biden debate. Let's see. So that debate was on September 6th. So, yeah, so he got shot first. And then, let me see. No. June. I've seen June.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the debate happened first.
The debate.
And then
yeah, because he doesn't have it on here. Yeah, so the debate happened first. Then he got shot at. Here, the debate happened first. Then he gets shot at again.
That's why Trump I ain't doing no more debates.
No, like now let's. That's a pattern right now. It happened twice.
Yo.
If we have a second debate with Kamala, is it gonna happen again?
Yeah, the debates are finished. Trump he ain't doing no more. And at this time, with me, man, it's it would be good if they did another one. But I think people got in their mind made up who they're going to vote for. It's just really the independent voters.
I think if he does a second one, it's going to end up hurting him.
Why you say that?
Because now it's the Kamala Harris would have more ammo. Like she would have more things. Oh yeah, this is what I didn't expand on. I got more time to answer these questions because they're gonna say we actually last time, or because again, it's not gonna be the same CNN people. It's gonna be different people. So they might press her on it, and she might be ready. But I'm not trying to pick a side.
On the network. It depends where they do it at.
Because but they're gonna do it one in Trump's favor this time.
But she didn't agree to that because Trump put out. He initially gave her 3 debates. And one was supposed to be September 4th on Fox News, but she only chose one on ABC. And then they come to her right after, come up to him right after and was like, let's do another debate. And he no, screw that. No, you're right. It might hurt him. And then, now the things with the cat dog, with the bomb threat over there, they're going to bring all that up. Mm-hmm. And then, Kamala's going to bring all that up. And,
I don't know. I think this second assassination attempt, that sounds kind of staged to me. I ain't going to hold you. I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, it is a little suspicious that after the first one, especially with how the CIA or Secret Service director got fired, or she basically got fired because she resigned. Mm-hmm. How much there was so much heat over that.
I can't go and
then now, why the Secret Service director is not under fire about this? Because if you watch the video in Florida, they were we have to congratulate the Secret Service for doing such a good job. Da, 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 da. But it's how do you even manage to have this man get in the perimeter?
But that's the thing. Shoot? That's what they're asking. How? Who is this guy? How did he get this close?
And how? But then again, how did he know the president was going to be there? Was he following?
Who on the inside work it? My thing.
Look at the guy. He's a Democrat. He's donating to them.
The Dems yo, this is where he gonna be at. at this time, there's the bush hiding there, but he didn't bank on the Secret Service spotting it before he got a chance to fire.
I don't know, man. I
Bro,
don't know. It's just
it's like I see what you're saying, but I'm like that's just
like I feel like this is some House of Cards shit. Like House of
really
Cards.
is some
like,
House of Cards shit.
Like I really feel like it's like that, but I'm like this guy. For it to like now that we know the facts, because this is the Straight Up and R&D podcast, that the debate happened first, then the shooting. Boom. We try to do another one. They drop if they change the political opponent against Trump. He does the debate, boom, he gets an assassination attempt again. Those assassination attempts is a once in a lifetime thing. Like if that happens to the president one time, they make sure it doesn't happen again. They make sure it doesn't happen again.
Listen, bro.
Like
surprised.
be real. Like
It's Trump. They don't care.
It just doesn't happen again.
Think about it. The assassination attempt happened Sunday. The next day, Hillary Clinton like he's a threat. Trump
go right back to the BS again.
God damn! Like they don't care, bro.
I don't
They
know.
saying
Man.
the same shit
This
before the attempt.
this shit
Bro,
is
the
very
next
sketchy,
day-
bro.
The next day, Hillary is like, I don't give a damn. He's a threat. Why y'all voting for Trump? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
She need to be focused on her husband, man. like, yo, like, I don't know. That's just
Bro.
something fishy to me about it. But I think, hey, that was his plan. Like, the whole shooting. I think the first shooting was not staged. I don't think so. But this one, I could see it kind of being staged.
nah, bro. I see what you're saying. I just think it is fishy how they knew how he's going to be, but I'm just thinking that somebody inside told him like, yo, this is where the president going to be. Your getaway vehicle's there. Your $1 million reward is there once it's completed. We'll fly you out to Mars or some shit. But nope, the mission didn't get complete. And it's just...
My biggest
is
thing
just crazy,
following this man, like how, like this guy rolls around in unmarked cars and all of this stuff, like president and police around, like they see like how, like I just can't
Trump should
wrap
just
my
hire his
head,
own
like
security. He got the money. Like, yo, Secret Service, you failed me twice. I'm hiring my own security.
yeah,
You know?
Hey, I don't know. You guys let us know what y'all think about that. It's a little weird to me, but in the end, hey, like they say, and like I said 2 podcasts ago, go and vote like they want you guys to do. To me, I'm in New York.
It's not going to matter. New York is voting blue no matter who.
It doesn't, like, this is where it shows the vote don't matter. Like, if I'm in a swing state, the vote matters. That was make sense to me.
There are some states voting red no matter what. Some states voting blue no matter what. So it's like, no, in New York, there is a stronger presence of Trump supporters now. But
It's not gonna be enough.
Exactly.
We already have all the migrants to replace all the ones that turned. You know what I mean? Like the ones that changed, the migrants are going to end up voting, and I can guarantee you. And I'm saying this now. on the podcast, episode number 31. Do not be surprised when you hear migrants are voting. Do not be surprised. Don't be surprised. And I'm not surprised.
I ain't gonna be surprised. November 5th is gonna be a movie. Oh my god.
And hey,
We might have to do a special.
yo, we should probably do like a live.
We should do a live.
like with the video on, like
watching and seeing which state won who, and you already know Trump gonna be tweeting, that state was supposed to be red, how it got blue.
But it usually lasts like 2 days.
Yeah, it lasts for a while.
Yeah, it's for a while.
Like you
'Cause
can
there's,
even
some
wake up.
states-
You go to sleep and wake up, and nobody won yet.
Yeah. They're still counting or something like that. Or one state or a few states are still trying to wrap up. But like I was saying, I'm in a state where it's going to be blue no matter what. If you're in any big city like LA, New York, Boston, like those states, your state is not changing. It is what it is. But if you're in a swing state, I definitely encourage you to go and vote, no matter who you think or who do you want.
Yeah, because your vote really does matter.
That your vote matters.
Yeah.
But for us, it don't.
For people who have a different ideology or different political belief in like the Democratic states, they kind of you're really just a black sheep.
Yeah, you're supposed to just vote locally.
Yeah.
Just vote locally.
That don't even work either. So look at Mary Adams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely voting him out. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna go up there and shake it up a little bit. But he gotta wait. He gotta wait this last time for me. He gotta wait. But now I know, now I'm more educated. I'm gonna go out and vote in my local elections in New York. If it's another Democrat that's running the city as the mayor, I'm fine as long as he's doing a good job. I don't care if he's Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party. I don't know. As long as he's doing something better that's beneficial for the New Yorkers, I'm with it. Period. Point blank.
But New Yorkers got to stop complaining about the same thing and voting in the same policies.
People. That's so ass backwards.
It's like, how many times we say New York is so expensive, the cameras are on, they not treating us right, they stealing our money, congested pricing, property taxes high, police brutality. Like, we complain about the same things every year all the time.
Not a damn thing changes.
But vote for the same policy.
There you have it, folks. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Put your political candidate in the comments. And I know y'all gonna go to war anyway.
Let's go to war, y'all.
Whoa. That's always do. You can't say that. Okay. That's not what he meant. Okay, let's make it clear. All right, but nah. Sound off in the comments. I want you guys to, let your opinions go in the comment section. But yeah. Hey man, like, comment, subscribe. This is Rich. I'm signing out.
I'm D. I'm signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Later, y'all.